What's up, good people? Welcome back to Four Titles, One Truth. Hey, it's your boy Tommie here.
And I'm Lance. Today's conversation is personal, necessary, and one that black men don't have nearly enough. We're talking about prostate cancer. What we didn't know, what we ignored, and what nearly cost us.
Absolutely. Hey, but we got a guest today. We're joined today by a friend and someone we respect deeply, Command Sergeant Major retired Maurice Jackson. Hey, man. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
Welcome back.
Appreciate being here.
Absolutely. Let's go on here and get into it. Well, let's start with this, right? Let's introduce you to the world. Did you have any idea growing up that you were going to join the military?
Yeah, so my name is Maurice Jackson. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, Roll Tide. I knew that I was going to join the military ever since I was in 10th grade. I always wanted to be a soldier.
Hey, that's...
And where I'm from, there wasn't too many opportunities out there.
Okay.
So I knew college wasn't an option because mom and dad didn't have the money.
Right.
And that's the reason why that I put my focus towards as in going into the military.
Okay. All right. Well, you knew a lot sooner than what I
Way
knew.
sooner.
Yeah, I didn't have an idea. So what led you to join the military, and what kept you serving as long as you did? And you kind of answered that.
Yeah.
Your last question.
So I kept serving because I love my job. I love
Okay.
the soldiers. I love the people. And
Yep.
it was a great benefit as in finance for me and my family.
Yep.
And I would tell you the Army, to me, it was my family.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I understand that. Yep.
Your DNA.
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So looking back now, how do you think your time in the military shaped the man you are today?
It made me a better person. It taught me how to be responsible, how to respect others, leadership. It was a career development. And I would tell you, it just gave me an opportunity to be able to take care of soldiers. Again, it goes back and you just enjoy that and being around a group of soldiers and leaders that ties into being one big family.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say something about that. The Army, I don't think a lot of people really understand that the Army helps you identify core values.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people walk through life assuming the core values they have, but the Army directs you to those core values. And once you can identify core values that you believe you should live by, that I think that starts the path of being a better person.
Yes.
So I'll definitely give you that.
Yep.
So my last question is, you retired in 20?
I retired December 2020.
Okay, December 2020. Looking back now, since you've got some time in between you, did you prepare to retire? And then looking back, did you think you prepared enough?
I did prepare to retire. I met an old guy that always told me, what is the next thing you're going to do after Army? So I didn't want to wait. He said, whatever you do, prepare yourself. So I got debt free.
Right.
That was a big
Huge.
plus. It helped out a lot. And I would tell you that right there alone, to me, was the answer.
Okay. Especially after doing that. This is one of the few guests we've had that done more than I have. So props to you.
Yeah, he only done 20 years though. I tell you, so
That's the problem right there. That's the problem when you got them daggone Bama jokers on here. Okay.
All right, Tommie. When did prostate cancer first become real to you? Not just something you heard about, but something you understood could affect black men's lives.
So the first time anyone sat down and told me real truths about prostate cancer, I was a 48-year-old prepping to retire. I had heard about it, but not real conversation, right? Because you've seen the commercials on TV, from especially black men. I think it was in the 90s or whatever. A lot of black men were having commercial spots saying, "Hey, you need to check your prostate," or whatever. But just like the TV shows. You don't really pay that much attention to them.
Right.
But I started my medical process for retirement. And in Virginia, there was, Newport News specifically, there was an African-born doctor there. He was a citizen, of course, but and he asked me, have you ever had your prostate checked? And I was like, yeah, at the MEPS. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Dumb me. And he was like, what? And he took a moment and sat down and we had a conversation about it. And that's the first time that it really started to hit me. The differences by being a black man and prostate cancer compared to the other races. And then that, it scared me until I got the results, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something I never checked before. And at that point, I had never met anybody that had dealt with prostate cancer like that. Come to find out, there are many people that are affected by it, but there's not a lot of people that will talk about it, especially while they're going through it. So that was my first time. What about you, Jack?
So it became real in December 2020, right when I was getting ready to retire. So I am a prostate cancer survivor.
All right.
And I would tell you it was different with me. It's something similar to you, something that I didn't think about, didn't have the time to think about. And also it was just a lack of awareness. So my story is a little different. Right when I was getting ready to retire, when you go do your physical, you get your PSA level, and the doctor told me, you had I think at the time I was right at the borderline, which is 4. Every time you had like 2.5 dealing with your PSA, you should be watched or being screened anyway. So I was about 3.8. So I tried to decide which did I want to stay with VGLI, dealing with the insurance, or AGI, or wherever I wanted to go. So I got tested again. And so the next test was like 4.2. And so I said, they were telling me, it goes back and forth. I said, something ain't right.
Yeah, it's going up.
So I decided again to see another doctor and get tested again with the PSA. And it jumped up to 6. I say, you know what?
Yeah,
something ain't right.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, I wanted to get the DRE done, which is the digital rectal exam, which I got it done. And
the scope.
And so my prostate was enlarged. And the doctor said, I feel like a lump, but it's not big or anything like that. So I said, okay. So you feel something, and I want to know, and I want to be sure.
Absolutely.
So let's do the biopsy. So that was my next step in doing the biopsy. And when I done the biopsy, that's when I was diagnosed. I would tell you it was maybe about 5 days before Christmas. And I would tell you, it's an eye opener because I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as we go into our conversation, you'll see how important it is to get screened for this.
Yep.
Because a lot of people tell you to do it at 50, which we'll go into. 50 is great, but we got to also know that black men is at a higher risk.
Yeah.
And I think 50 might be a little bit too late. I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you, I think that black men should get screened around about between 40 and 45 because you want to catch this thing at an early stage.
Are you the first one in your family to?
I am the first one that I know of.
That you know of.
My dad, I don't think he had it. I don't think my brother had it. I talked to them about it, and I think I'm the first one.
Okay.
But the strange thing about it, I didn't experience no symptoms.
Yeah.
And that's the key. At early stage, it might not.
Yeah.
It might be in your system within a couple of years, and you start getting those symptoms. And I don't know. Maybe those symptoms when you start getting it, maybe it's too late. I don't know. But I would tell you, I really appreciate as in, it's being caught at early stage. I received the treatment, and I'm in remission.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's all going to affect folks differently. So I mean, I in my profession, in my job, I knew what prostate cancer was. Been in cases where we were treating folks for probably the same one of the treatments that you had, because it's different treatments that you can
That's right.
go through from getting beat, radioactive
Chemo,
beads to getting full out surgery where they're taking your prostate out.
yeah.
And I can tell you that from when I first saw my first procedure to when I saw my last one in person, in the hospital, it's changed tremendously.
Yes.
It's a lot safer.
Yes.
It's a lot more forgiving as far as sparing the nerves and just all of the things that you worry about. Not being able for a man getting that, if you get that radical, not
That's
being able
right.
to get an erection and things like that. We got a robot now that goes in
That's
and
right.
gets you to the precise cuts and where you're supposed to be. And first time that I heard about prostate cancer was my uncle had it.
Oh,
My
really?
father's second brother, second
Okay.
oldest brother. Well, right under my father.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, because we didn't have prostate cancer in our, it wasn't a history or anything in the family that we
We're
knew
tracking.
of. Yeah. So it was like, oh man, his was moving fast too. So he had to get a radical because his got caught late. And I don't know if it got caught late because he didn't go in, when he started having symptoms, or the docs, I think it was the docs didn't jump on it soon enough. It was
That's
like,
like what you were
just
saying.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
wait, we can, let's watch it,
That's right.
So he had it, had the prostatectomy, had the radical, but it still had started
Spreading.
yeah, so he survived a few more years, but it had started spreading, and he got other cancers and stuff. So, and then, 3 years ago, my brother got it. Because he was watching the PSA.
Yes.
Because he went in and it was, like yours, it was whatever 3. Then went in, it was like 4 or 5. And it was like, what? So they did the biopsy and all of those things, and he had it. So, and he had to get a radical done, and he had it done with the robot, and he came through with
That's outstanding.
flying colors. He's so far been cancer free since then. But it because whenever I found out my uncle had it, I started getting my PSA done, and this was back in early 2000. And I was a younger man. I was probably in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I started getting it done, and I didn't get it done for like I think 2014. I had it done last time I had that done. It was in 2014, and then when my brother came up, it was 2021. I said, let me start. Let me
get
see
back
what my
on it.
stuff. So then I just started going every year,
Yeah.
getting my PSA, getting that test done, because it's like I want to have an idea,
That's right.
and if I do have it,
Early.
I want to catch it
That's
early
right.
like you did, because it makes such a big difference. I think, but yeah, so that's my experience with it. So
I would tell you, Lance, I think mine was a blessing because I was downrange. I was deployed at the time. And I had just got back right before COVID and all that stuff broke out, right when all this happened. And I was supposed to stay on range another year. So that tell you how great God is.
Yeah.
Because if I would stay down there and didn't receive the treatment, I haven't been aware that my PSA was jumping, this thing probably would have turned out a lot more.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I thank God for it. My God is great, and it was a blessing.
That's crazy. All right, so let's start with you, Jax. Why do you think prostate cancer is rarely talked about openly among black men, even compared to other health issues?
I think it's pretty much what we've been talking about. I think it's the lack of awareness, the fear, not knowing the unknown. Do they trust the healthcare system?
Yeah.
Can they afford to get the screen? If with us, it's different military. It's pretty much paid for.
Yeah.
But on the outside, it's totally different as being a civilian.
It's
Can
your
you
money.
afford it?
Yeah.
do you have the insurance for
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
That's just that's real.
Yeah. So those things are definitely factors with the lack of awareness.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that fear of well, just fear of knowing. Because I mean, that would be any cancer. It's like,
Yeah.
how do I want to know that? And then just the type of cancer it is and where it is.
And the check.
Yeah, folks don't want to go tell your
It's
voice
just,
like, hey,
just being a man.
yeah. I mean,
You know,
it's
sometimes
probably
it's-
a masculinity thing, which is
Because most of the time your boy gonna make fun
unfortunate.
of you.
Yeah. You know, so I think those two factors. I mean, just you know, stand just for itself. I mean, just talk for itself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can understand why. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want them to start joning me or talking, you know, clowning me or whatever about this. You know, even though it's a serious topic and a serious thing that if you don't talk to somebody, you don't know, because they might have been going through the same thing.
Yeah.
It can tell you, hey man, you need to go do this.
Yeah.
Or make sure when you go to, because that's the big thing is like make sure when you go to this appointment, make sure you ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ask the right questions, unfortunately, some providers won't tell you anything and they won't add anything. And if you don't ask or say anything, you won't know that something is available for you. Because you still can run into providers and people that might not want to treat you the same because you are a
minority.
Minority.
Yes.
So,
I agree with everything both of you all said, and I'm speaking just for me as a black man. I always knew I was healthy, so I didn't go get checked out unless something was deformed, you know, or torn. That's facts right there. The second thing is post-retirement specifically, you're not guaranteed to have the same doctor.
Yeah.
And different doctors take different things more serious than others. Like I've mentioned before that I have an irregular heartbeat. And so I had one doctor who was white, came to me and was like, well, you know, it's maybe not talked a lot, but most black men's heart rate is different. And I'm like, really didn't feel confident with that answer coming from a white man, you know what I'm saying? And a doctor, but I had never heard that my whole life, right? And so when I was retiring, another doctor came and ran all the G's and ran me through the system and all that stuff. And it's not so much a irregular heartbeat, which automatically triggers people. It's just my heartbeat's a little. It's like it's almost got like another rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like irregular to where it's a negative thing, something that
it's just your heart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's another thing, and then the final thing is I just. Like I said before, I just didn't take it seriously enough, right? Because once again, yes, I've heard the numbers. Yes, I've seen the commercials and the advocacy for it. But, you know, in my mind, if my blood is screened and I'm good, you know, the basic screening, I'm good. The basic checkup, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially when you're a younger man, and
Invincible.
you're healthy, you don't. I mean, unless something is wrong, like you said, you're not worried about it, and unless you know somebody. Or have a family history of it, you know. I mean, it doesn't come
it's
across
not on your
as
radar.
Like, I'm not worried about that because that's. I mean, like with me, I didn't worry like things that I knew that family had history of diabetes, had a history of some type of heart disease and stuff. So those are the things that I was, was like, okay, let me make sure that I, trying to do all of the things to stay away from those types of diseases. And then if you're not looking for that, then why would you go searching? You know, especially when you hear all of the horror stories about, the scare the scare commercials and
Yeah.
things like that. You're like, oh my God, you know, I don't want to get that. I don't have that. So
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, those things
Yeah.
are true because if you knew Sergeant Major Jackson, you know me. I was in top shape. Running the Army 10 miler, all those things. Matter of fact, I had just ran the Army 10 miler, maybe about a year prior to that. Never had
Sergeant
any-
Major Jones has never ran the Army 10 mile.
So I would tell you, my
Colonel Taylor.
you know, it comes true with what you said. You know, you never worry about those things
Yeah.
unless it affect you when you start feeling those
Yeah.
symptoms.
And that's another thing you pointed out earlier, that you didn't have no symptoms.
No symptoms.
So if it, and you said it, so I don't need to say the whole thing, but if that hadn't aligned like that,
Yeah.
the
We'd
worst
never know.
case scenario,
Till
yeah,
last
I'd
minute.
have never met
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? So that's crazy.
Well, I mean, that's because you were about to retire.
Yeah.
So you start having all the
The
tests
appointments.
to find, you know, to find out. Because if you weren't about to retire,
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's stick with this though, because I was getting physicals done. Maybe there was some time that the PSA level was up, but they never said anything about it.
Yeah.
So that's why we're having this, because it's important.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you get those physical, those are the things you should actually test as a
You-
young
pay attention.
Yeah,
You
pay
asked.
attention to those.
Pay attention to
Absolutely.
those results.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right.
So, looking back, what's something you didn't know about prostate cancer that you now believe every black man should understand?
That we're a little more than 2 times more likely to get it than any other race on this planet.
That's important.
That's something I wasn't tracking seriously enough in my life. Another thing is understanding that you don't know what the person sitting next to you has unless they share it with you.
Yep.
So I'm going to just do this math problem real quick, right? So out of the 3 of us, Uncle Father had prostate and major prostate surgery.
Uncle brother.
Brother, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Uncle brother. My man here is a cancer survivor, right? And then when we talked about doing this episode, a friend of mine, a battle buddy of mine, is going through it now. So that's out of the 3 black men here, each of us have either personal connection because it happened to him, or family, or a friend. So that percentage, it's more than 2 times, but it's the more you look into it and the more black men open up, I think maybe it could be higher, specifically in different areas around the U.S. and stuff. What about you?
So I didn't know it was a common disease in men, just alone. And I would tell you, you will find out that 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed. Over 300,000 in 2024 that was diagnosed with it. Over 35,000 died from this. This is the second killing disease in men.
The second largest killing
yeah.
disease in men.
Right
Wow.
behind lung cancer. So I would tell you how serious this is. And catching it at early stage is very important.
Yeah, that's paramount.
Very important. And I didn't know those things.
Yeah.
And like Tommie said, 70% of black men are at risk. Twice would die likely from this. So we are at high risk of being a black man. And that comes back when I tell you, get screened, get tested. This is how important this is. Because if you have those symptoms, you may not be lucky. It might be too late. So get out there and get it screened. I didn't know how serious this thing was, but it's very serious.
Yeah. Lance?
Well, I mean, it's just the education piece. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. Because, like I said, in my job, in my profession, I knew what it was, knew what signs and symptoms and all that stuff. But it's just really educating others and taking it seriously.
Yes.
That it really is all of the facts and the numbers. I mean, it's for for real. And then finally, knowing someone personally with it that also changes it too. It makes it more real because it's like it's not just
on paper.
somebody
Behind the camera.
else. It's like you actually know this person, you know. So
yeah, man, it's
yeah.
We've talked about it before, especially the generations of black men before us. We have that. I won't say it's in our DNA, you know, but it's in our reflexive nature as men. First off, to if we trip, keep walking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Don't acknowledge
play it.
the trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
don't acknowledge you
it.
trip. Just keep on, and maybe other people didn't notice it. And then we also have that. Once we trip, we're the only ones that knew we tripped. So we don't need to talk about it later, you know what I'm saying, until we fall down. And then we got to answer all the questions. How'd you fall on the ground? And that's, it's just my way of saying that my dad was less attentive to his physical needs than I am. His dad was worse, you know, and just going backwards. All we can do now is hope that we can get this message out. And because another thing I just want to highlight again is it's not just that you get checked. It's what Lance and Jack said. You got to know what you're getting checked for, and then you have to know, because if a doc looks at it, they're going to look at your history, right? And if your history is like 3 and now all of a sudden it's 3.6, it may be a concern if they really understand it themselves when it comes to black men and prostate cancer and the importance of it. And they may say, we'll have you tested again, or they may not. Right. And then the next doctor, it may not be the same doctor that's following your pattern. And it's really serious. And then the last thing I'm going to say before we move on is the fact that we were in a job where it was prudent to the doctors to make sure that we were healthy so that we could go fight and win our nation's wars. Yes. Not everybody has that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Most people have jobs that have health, but they're nowhere near as strict and as focused as the ones in the military. They may be better, right? But they're nowhere near as focused. And if you don't have that extra alarm or alert, then nobody's going to make you take it more serious. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to a doctor, odds are if you go to a doctor and the doctor says, no, you're good. I saw a couple things, but we'll just keep an eye on that stuff and we'll see you next year. You could not be around next year because of somebody's thoughts. So, but it's just crazy. All right. What does self-advocacy in healthcare really look like for black men? And why is it so critical when it comes to prostate cancer?
Taking ownership of it, you know, and educating yourself, and knowing, like I said earlier, the right questions to ask folks, and to know that, you know, if your tests are coming up abnormal and you're seeing a family practice guy, you need to ask for that
specialist,
that specialist, that urology consult, and get to that urologist who that's his. Part of his repertoire is
what they do. Looking
at those, you know, that's one of the diseases. He's going to be the one that treats you. So just educating yourself, and then not being afraid to educate others.
Yes,
you know, let others know. It's like, hey man, I'm going through. You know, talking to your friends, talking to your boys, so that they know. It's like, oh shit, let me go get my test done, so then they can come back. Because then you could be the chairman of the of the group, just so that we know. I mean, because it's like now, especially with the age that I am now, where I am in my life, it's like I want to know about what's going on. What did you have to do? What happened? What was a sign that you So, just so that I can catch it, because, you want to be around, you want to be around because you want to be around for your family when you were younger, and you really want to be around when you're older, because it's like you get to reap the benefits of watching all of that, all of that you put into it. So I would say just educating yourself, especially if you find out you have it, not being afraid of it, and diving into it and educating yourself so that you know what you don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
So Lance stole my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You must been over there copying us. But
I'm sorry.
I can tell you though, it's spot on. It's spot on because the doctor told me, if you haven't heard me mention it, mine jumped back and forth like that too. But I knew better. I trusted my gut instinct.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to accept that. And so that's when I jumped into it, asking for the DRE, the biopsy, because if I haven't done that,
No
I don't want to say it would have been too late, but it never would have been probably caught at the early stage.
Well, you could have had to get the radical surgery and not
Mm-hmm.
the one that's less invasive.
That's right. So I got involved. And when I was diagnosed, I gave this thing to God because I knew that God was going to be the one that get me through this and was going to be the one that cure me. I think that I had some of the best doctors because they sat down when it came down to making that decision, they got me involved. I talked to a doctor as in, do you want the surgery to get it removed? And he explained everything. What is some of the side effects you're going to have? And I also had another doctor that went over the radiation treatment. And they sat down and talked to me. But it was during COVID. But they called me and talked to me and told me everything. I don't know for sure, but I think the treatment, it really don't matter what type of treatment you get. I don't know. But the way they explained to me, it was pretty much my decision. They left it up to me. And the strange thing about this, because one of my old Sergeant Major had just went through this a few years ago, and he talked to me and said, "Hey, this is he was diagnosed also, and he said, hey, this is the treatment that I received." He said, hey, "I'm not going to tell you which one to take, but whatever you need to know, take the one that is best for your lifestyle." And that's pretty much what I did. I took the one as in talked to those doctors and talking to my wife and family. I said, this is the one that I'm going to go with. And I decided to take that one. And I would tell you, again, I had some of the best doctors. Man, I went through 5 weeks and 2 days of radiation. I'm talking about Monday through Friday as in receiving radiation. I never got, and they were telling me, the doctor, something stood out. He said, Sergeant Major, wherever you do, stay active. He said, you might gain a little weight with the radiation, and I also had a couple of hormone shots, in my stomach. And he told me, you might gain weight and all that. I never gained any weight. It never slowed me down.
I lost your hair, though.
Yeah, well, that was gone a while ago. But, it never slowed me down. I was doing everything that I was doing prior to this.
It wasn't hard at all.
It wasn't hard at all. Got out of bed, but I would tell you there was some things, as in when you receive the radiation treatment, start messing with your bladder because it's so close to your bladder, because it's right underneath your bladder. And that's pretty much as in trying to make it from the doctor back home. You have to make a couple stops as in, using the restroom. But I would tell you by knowing that, and they gave me the opportunity to be involved. It gave me the confidence and the courage to do all that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Goodness. It's all I would just say for people is just look at your father, and that's how they and remember how they monitored their health before they got sick. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my dad, perfect example. He died of his 6th heart attack when he passed away. And the signs when I look back at my father is he worked a lot. He for a long time, he was a strong smoker, and what every father runs into eventually is fitness a focus of your life, or is work You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't do both. And so
Well, it's not part of everybody's job. I mean, that's the thing. Is like we were fortunate that was part of our our job was
right.
to
to
work out.
work out every day. Yeah.
That's right.
So, and some folks it's just like when you talk about what your dad was working on hours, it's like that's what he's doing to support his family.
Yeah.
So,
And that was the most important thing, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I'd say. And then after you've looked back at how your father, of course, if he was around in your life, your father monitored his health, just make sure that you're doing better. You know, make sure that if you do go to the doctor, that self-advocacy and what that primarily means is exactly what Jax said when he was diagnosed is you don't always have to accept the first answer from your doctor. So if he noticed his PSAs were different 2 times, then he was the one, he meaning Jax, his advocating for himself, made sure that he had the third, he talked and had that third thing. So just fight for yourself, man, because nobody wants to die before their time. And
something that's preventable or curable.
Absolutely, and that's the thing.
Like that, so.
It's not for us to weigh the odds of what is preventable, what is not. Just go get yourself checked out. I mean, you know, at a minimum once a year, every man, every person should have themselves. Just like a car, get serviced. Just go and get the checks to make sure that your body's still in the same shape or close to the previous year. And then secondly, about prostate cancer, we've already talked about it, but we have to have that conversation more. We have to, and that's why we're doing this episode, because we have to get black men talking about it.
Absolutely. Many men avoid this topic out of fear. Fear of the exam, the results, and what comes next. How do we confront the fear without shaming each other?
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't shame each other.
That's
because I took it.
That's it.
I know I took it as a blessing. My fear was I had to ask myself, do you want to live?
Yep.
I thought about my family.
Yep.
I thought about my son. You know, I didn't want him to go through this.
Yep.
You know, so I thought about those things. You know, those things was important. So, you know, that's why the fear. I didn't have the fear. When I found out, I wanted to get tested, and I had wanted to get started with the treatment right away. It's not a shame. You shouldn't be ashamed about this.
Nope.
It is a disease that can be cured if it's called at early stage.
Yep.
It is also a disease that can kill you. And some of the symptoms might be very bad. I was just blessed that I didn't experience that. But I would tell you, it's nothing to be ashamed, and we should never talk down to anyone about this.
Especially some health related stuff, because it's like a lot of this stuff you can't control.
You can't control it.
You know, and you're not asking for it. So
I think in this case, and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, but I think in this case, when they say shame, I think it's that personal shame instead of other people doing it.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, when you found out you had it, honestly, did it become a talking point for you around black men? Honestly.
No.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that at the time.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah.
Because it was the C word. I was scared.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about those things. The only thing I thought about right away as in getting the treatment done, getting myself better, and go through all that, and then I would have the chance to talk to black men. This is a blessing that you guys asked me to do this without even knowing.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, you guys brought this out. This thing that you're doing right now with this broadcast is very important. And I appreciate you guys doing this, because if we could reach, 1, 2, or whatever we reach after this, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
And so that's my blessing, as in just giving back. Who can I help?
Yeah.
So I wasn't I didn't feel any shame. I just wanted to get it started and get better. And it comes back to the tie as that I wanted to live.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to give up. I was fighting for my family.
Yeah.
And that's who I thought about, my family and my son.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want them to go through the things I go. And this thing could be mental. It could be physical.
Yeah.
It could take a lot of effect. And
it's
you know,
gonna-
have that strong
Absolutely.
support
Yep. Yeah.
system by talking about this can encourage someone that is going through this to get it done.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
And if somebody could reach out to me and ask me, hey, Sergeant Major, how did you attack this thing? Like your friend. You
Yeah.
could call me anytime, anything, and I would be glad to share my knowledge and experience with him to help him out. Because it helps a lot by
And that's
when
huge.
you talk to people.
Yeah, I mean that knowledge
Absolutely.
is huge. Just being able to, like again, ask the right questions, know the right things to look for,
right.
And being
when
aware.
you're looking at your labs and things like that. So,
And that wasn't a got you question.
No,
it was literally to show how we as men and as black men, we go into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And by going into ourselves, we're not the billboard.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I know for a fact, I feel this, you know, if I was to ask 100 of my friends, I would say 95% of them haven't told me the serious stuff that's going on in their life, right? And so we can't, and all that to say, we can't depend on other people to bring awareness to ourselves, especially from our friends, because nobody really wants to talk about it, especially when you're going through it. Yeah. So it's hard to tell somebody to stop being afraid of what they're afraid of. You know, if you're diagnosed with something and the doc tells you you got it, the first thing, that fear is real. It can be crippling, you know, and how do we get specifically black men who are the most in harm's way when it comes to prostate cancer? How do we get black men more involved? It's just doing what you can, you know, and then if you're on the other side and you're hearing it and you haven't been tested regularly, then it's up to you to stand up, make that phone call, and then go see a doctor. Yep. It's that simple to me. Yeah. So it's crazy. So how does seeing prostate cancer up close, whether personally or through someone close to you, change the way you approach your own health?
I eat different. You know, try to eat healthy now. It was hard to, try to eat healthy in the military, especially when you're downrange.
Because you ain't got time.
You know what you got.
Yeah.
So I try to eat healthy, and I continue to try to, just exercise, stay active. That would really help me out.
Right.
I think me being so active, I respond to the treatment very well.
Being healthy helps. For
but
real.
I mean, it didn't break you down.
No, no.
Because you were healthy.
Yes.
What about you?
I mean, it just, I guess it makes me, especially for, again, having the work knowledge of it and working through it and then knowing folks what it's like, just make myself more open. It's like, you got a question about, let me know.
Yeah.
Because, I'll give you all of the info and where you can look and connect you up with, because my brother is not afraid to speak about it or get, let people know what he went through. So just being there, being open for folks, letting people know.
That's strange because I was trying to figure out how the way to get it out.
Oh, really?
So by you guys doing this, it helped.
Hey, glad we could help on that one. Just for me, it's just getting older. The things you have to do to adjust to yourself, like you said, diet, your fitness, water intake. There's a lot of things that you have to start paying attention to that you've never done before. And, I'm going to tell you, when we start talking about coming up with this, how we're going to approach this episode, and then for battle buddy to admit to me, because I sent him a request to be on the show, and I was and like I do all the guests, I say, hey, is there something that's personal to you, something that you want to talk about that fits under your four lenses? And he thought about it, and then he came back with, I guess it's exactly how it came out. He was like, well, I guess we can talk about this prostate cancer that I'm going through right now. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So that got me emotional, you know what I'm saying? Because first we talk about the show, then I do research to make sure that I'm competent when I'm talking about it, and then remembering my past, and then all of a sudden finding out that just reach my arm out another direction, there's another black man that's dealing with this situation or this cancer, and it's just like, it's humbling, but it's hopefully it's eye opening, and that's diet. That's all I can say. I don't have any super fix, because there is none.
Yeah, I mean, because it's gonna affect people, everybody differently. It might not affect Jack the same way it affects me, or me the same way you. I mean, it's just we're all different like that. So.
Yeah.
And tell him if you can, reach out to him. Let him know that he can call me anytime.
Okay.
I'm glad to talk to him and share my knowledge and experience with him.
Absolutely.
Some of the things that help me out as well.
Okay. I definitely will do that.
All right. So if a black man listens to this episode and does nothing else, what is the one step he should take immediately? And why does it matter?
So I wrote a few things down because I want to make sure that I get this out.
Okay.
And some of the things we probably already talked about. I just got a few things to say. Trust your doctors. Listen to your doctors. Go with your gut instinct. You know your body better than anybody. Get this screening done. Black men at the age between 40 and 45. I might be wrong, but I think it's out there.
The early screening.
Yes.
Yeah, with the African doctor, he told me 30.
Okay.
He said there's nothing wrong with getting it checked when you're 30.
Because you want to get it caught
absolutely.
at the early stage. Because this thing is very treatable.
Yeah.
If you get it caught at the early stage.
Well, his response to me of why do it earlier, and he said 30s, is because it's documented and it's identified, right? So PSA now is highlighted in their notes. Yeah. And that's something that can follow you for the rest of your life on your appointments. And that's what doctors do. They look at the history, and if something's highlighted, then that's something that they'll pay attention to. So that was his reasoning for doing it in the 30s. Yeah.
And if you haven't got it done, get it done. Yeah. Get it done ASAP.
And we can admit, nobody likes a prostate exam.
No. But the PSA would definitely... it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Think about your family, and think about your son, your brothers. Do you want them to go through all this? And just know that we go back talking about this is a common disease in men. Black men is at the higher risk, and like I said, over 300,000 men in 2024 were diagnosed with prostate cancer, and over 35,000 had died for it.
That's over 10%.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Over 10% diagnosed died from it.
Yeah. So know that the advanced stage is starting to increase. Yeah. You don't want to be there. That's why this is very important to get screened. And trust your doctor. Again, I had some of the best doctors out there, and I was just blessed with them. And I really appreciate everything they done, because those guys, I tell you, they was spot on it. Everything that I needed, didn't think about. If I didn't ask the right question, they was there to make sure that I knew the right answer, and I appreciate that.
Had a real good crew now.
Yeah.
And have a support system is very important. It can encourage you, and we all know this. And I think you guys hit it spot on, as in the support system definitely matter. My support system, I wish it could have been more. At the time when I went through the treatment, before I told the rest of my family, my strongest support system was my wife.
100%.
And I would be honest with you, it was, well, my wife and my old sergeant major, who was my brigade sergeant major, they were my strong support because he experienced this.
Yeah.
And that's all I had.
Yeah.
That's all I had. But we fought through this thing. I'll be lying to you if I said I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
But I knew that I had to tackle this thing.
Yeah.
And I gave it to God.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew that God was going to be the answer.
Yeah.
As in to get me through this and cure me. And when I started talking to my doctor, my trust was there. And I said, okay, I'm in great hands.
Yeah, that makes it a lot,
And
lot
it made
easier.
it a lot easier.
Yeah, it makes it a
I
lot
was
easier.
in great hands.
And that, hey, one thing that me and Lance talk about all the time is your mind is almost as much in control of your reaction to bad news as is your body.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you could have cancer for 5 years and your body just keeps adjusting to it. And then you go get diagnosed and now your mind is aware of it. And then people die 3 days later. I mean, it's real stuff. Yeah. You know, it's just goodness gracious.
Stay on that, Tommie. You said, you know, a day could be, you could die from. That's how fast this thing, mine's jumped. Mine jumped within months. I'm talking about from maybe 3.8 or 4, wherever it was at, to 6 within months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's good that you said, okay, hey, we got to do something with this. We can't keep on, because they'll let it go all the way up to 9 or 10 or whatever before it's like, oh, now we really need to start doing something. So
my advice to black men is get yourself checked regularly. That's not a conversation. It's not an option. That's something you have to figure out how to make happen. Yep. If you're a veteran, then you have an in, right? If you're not, then you're going to have to find the right insurance. You're going to have to find what you can afford and all that stuff. But you cannot, as a person on this earth, you have to get in that rhythm of getting checked. And as a black man, there's so many things out there that affect us at a higher rate when it comes to cancers, when it comes to illnesses, or just our blood, our heart rates, our blood, just so many things out there that affect us, that if we don't get checked regularly, when we find out, we won't have long left. So that's all I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, and just get tested. I mean, the PSA is a blood test. Yeah. It's not anything where you're getting, it's nothing invasive, nothing.
And that's what I started to say.
Blood test. Yeah, I mean,
we all know nobody likes the prostate check.
Yeah.
But the PSA is blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's a simple, good test to have.
Dinner's not needed.
You know. Yeah, it's not any. Yeah. No digits. No digits.
No phone number.
So.
But goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Hey. So this conversation, you've heard the word fear. You've heard us say awareness. We also throw in there responsibility. We also throw in there breaking silence and just hearing, almost like testifying, right? If it's happened to you or someone you know, then usually those are the ones that talk the loudest, right? And we have to listen to them, black men, right? And then getting ourselves checked regularly is the result of listening to people talk about the situations they're in. We can no longer, as black men, sit in silence when it comes to our health, whether it be physical or mental.
Yeah, and if this episode made you uncomfortable, that's okay. If it made you think, that's even better. And if it moves you to take action and see a doctor, then it did what it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. And brother, let me tell you something. Thank you for telling us of your fight with prostate cancer and surviving it. And then also we thank you for bringing your experience to the show so that we could have a real conversation with someone who's doing less of what he was trained to do or who doesn't know, but we have somebody that
you live.
absolutely.
So that's the
lived it
thing.
and
You got
survived.
that real life experience
Absolutely.
from it.
And
That
thank
is
you
not
for
just
sharing, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I would just like to say thank you both for inviting me here today to be able to share. And thank you both for doing this. It's going to reach somebody.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a difference in someone's life.
Okay.
So I really appreciate you guys doing this. And thank you for having me.
Appreciate it, brother.
And before we go on, I just want to know, is there anything that you want to say, whether from the heart or whether it be from your notes? Is there anything additionally you'd like to add that would maybe trigger somebody into getting up off the couch and making that phone call to go get checked?
I think it goes back to what we talked about, as in you got to ask yourself, and you got to know that this, again, is the second leading cancer that is killing men. Yeah. And as a black man, you knowing that we just talked about, you are at higher risk of this.
Yeah.
You could be in perfect health.
In your mind.
You can have no symptoms.
Yeah.
But I would tell you, if you're not getting screened for this, you may not know until you start having those symptoms.
Until it's too late.
And it might be too late.
Yeah.
So I would tell you again, and I can't say it enough, get checked. Yeah. PSA, early stage is the key.
Right.
You want to catch this as early as you can. And don't be afraid.
Yeah.
And know that there is great doctors out there.
Absolutely.
You know, great doctors.
It's treatable.
Yeah. And bless someone. If you find out that you have it, bless, and you survive it, all the things that you went through, bless someone else by sharing this information and making them aware of it. So they can get the word out as well.
Yep, that's important.
Yeah.
Yep. So thank you for joining us for another episode of 4 Titles, 1 Truth. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media accounts and all our major podcast platforms.
Absolutely. And don't forget, you can watch us, not live, but it looks like it's live, on our YouTube channel at 4 Titles, 1 Truth.
Yep. And join us next time so we can keep the conversation going.
All right.
All right.
Holla.
Thanks, y'all.
That was good.